Everybody heard of the term work smart and not hard. But what does that actually mean and what could we do with that term in theory and in praxis? So, if you want to get somewhere, and I'm now going to be talking about business because it's going to be a channel about that. So, you actually have to work hard as well to be able to work smart later on. Now, what I mean by this is that your first part of the day, so after you wake up, you need to do the most important task. For me, it's making YouTube videos, as I'm saying, so I do that first, even though it may not take the longest time. It's the task that's most important for me right now. When I make it a habit, then it's not gonna be the most important task anymore. Now, but what I mean with this is that you wanna put the reps in when you have the most energy, and that's usually the morning for most of the people. Now, you could get smart and you could learn how to work smart just by trial and error, just by working hard actually in the first place and realizing some of your mistakes, but that's pretty hard to do. Practice doesn't make perfect, actually, self reflection does. And what I mean by this is that if you keep having the same inputs, no matter how hard you work, you're gonna have the same outputs. So, to skyrocket your improvement, I'm gonna show you a way I'm gonna be using and I've been using for a little time now, you know, and it's something that I've learned recently from a video of Charlie Morgan. Now, if this somehow gets to him, I'm not stealing, I'm not copying, I'm just gonna try to break this down for you and actually explain how I'm gonna implement the information he's given in his YouTube video, and I'm also gonna pop a link below to his one as well. So, working smart means figuring out a way to either do the task quicker, do it with less pain, or reduce unnecessary motion. So basically, make it easier and more simple. Now, I'm gonna give a really easy example with this, and it's food. So, in our brains, we have a trigger. I'll label it as a trigger that tells us we're hungry because we need to survive. And in the really distant past, people used to hunt. So they used to hunt, they would eat that food, and then for shorter or longer period of time, they would not eat again because hunting is inconsistent. Then they learned to plant crops and to domesticate some of these animals, and that became a lot more consistent. And then through time, humans understood to actually make that process a bit easier. So now you have machines such as tractors, for example, that really help with this. Or even now, like in the really like modern times in the 21st century with AI and stuff, people probably have drones and other types of even AI now to actually plant the seeds and make food. So the normal human went from hunting to planting his own crops to just going to the supermarket to even now ordering online or even like scheduling orders to come in automatically. So with that being said, the process became a lot more simple with a lot less steps, a lot more simple steps as well, and it's a lot clearer and a lot more people can do it actually. So that's basically what business is, you know, creating a product that's gonna solve a problem that's either gonna be more simple than the previous one, but even they can create something entirely new, which I'm not gonna talk about in this video. So with that information in mind, we have to get smart by priming our environment. Our brain, you have to treat it like a hive mind, and it basically sucks information as a sponge, basically. And the information you feed it to is the output you're gonna have in those hard-working sessions. So to connect this with food, you are what you eat. It's the same for the brain, basically the same. Your brain is at the level at which you put or display the information to it. So it can't really do high level and hard tasks if your food for the brain is TikTok scrolling. Now, one way to fix this is to prime your environment and kind of use and this is what I'm gonna do, use the addiction of phone and social media to actually put good information into our brain. Now, what I mean by this is that I already have done this, and you should too. Unfollow all unnecessary people on YouTube, on social media, and prime your algorithm to have really high quality posts that would help you in your business. Now, another thing you can pull information from is books, and this should be more primary than the videos, but you don't want to read only the most popular books because they kind of became common knowledge, and I refer to probably Rich and Poor Dad or Think and Grow Rich, not because they're bad books, but because most of the people have read them. Most of the information is floating in the air, and the contents in the book basically became a knowledge on a similar type to if you put ice on, or if you up the temperature to 0 degrees Celsius, the ice will melt. That's common knowledge. And those books kind of became that. Now you can read them, but what you want to do is read a lot of other books and use your brain as a hive mind, like I said, to connect the information. So you not only read Rich Dad and Poor Dad, but you also read all the books before that you've read simultaneously, and you connect the information. And that's why some of the books like Art of War that don't explain anything about business have been a revolutionary business book, because people that read Art of War for business have probably read over hundreds of books before and were able to notice what they could improve in their business given the information in the book Art of War itself, but also in all the books they have read before. And with that in mind, you wanna kind of make a connection between all these things that you input. Make sure that you pick the information that is right for your business, right for your niche. Pick the creators you're gonna watch. So if you're starting an agency, sorry, you shouldn't probably watch Jordan Welch or someone who primarily does e-commerce, if you understand me. You can watch him, but he shouldn't be the primary source of information because he's not an expert in the agency space. You should probably watch someone that's more established in the agency space, and I would mention Iman, but he kind of moved away, so you probably get the point. Now, I'm also gonna use, and I'm trying to in this video to kind of connect and break down to you guys all this information that I'm trying to connect, and I'm trying to do my best. And the beautiful thing is that my most important task is filming this YouTube video, and with it I actually get to connect all this information I've learned and try to kind of explain it myself so I understand it better, and for my other business tasks I'll have a pretty easy or an easier time actually implementing all this knowledge. So to recap, in short, you wanna work hard, then get some mechanism to pull the information from, and also you wanna self-reflect, which I didn't quite talk about this video, but I will make a video for that topic alone. You want to self-reflect, and you want to have that feedback loop either from your mentors, coaches, or even customers or viewers to signal to you that you are doing the right or the wrong thing, or that the thing you've done was good or bad. So yeah, you want to work hard when you're most energized, probably in the morning. Then you want to have a system, a mechanism to pull high quality information from, and then you want to kind of recap and self-reflect and actually try to see where you can improve for tomorrow and for the next day. So that would be it for this video. This one was pretty high level, if I may say, and pretty hard even for me to explain, and I'm not really getting it yet. Of course, I'm gonna be back with this video when I fully digest everything and when I'm fully on top of this situation, so I can explain this more to you. And also, you should expect more technical business videos in the future, so stay tuned.